You're listening to It Came From the Radio. You're with Restart. You're listening to It Came From the Radio, and you're with correspondent Jenny Feldy, who is now going by El Man, which means God and the man, and it's part of my real name, with my co-host, awesome
Charlie Saladino.
So Charlie, I kind of feel like watching a movie that's with like space aliens and volcanoes and like hippies and pizza. You know any movies I could watch?
Well, would you mind if a movie had all that and kung fu in it too?
I like it. Where could I
Yeah.
this?
Well, if you have about 7 or 8 minutes to watch a short film, that is all inclusive in Mike Caravella's Astral Plane Drifter.
Yeah, I only really have like 7 or 8 minutes, so that's it. It's not
you got it. That'll work, Jenny.
All right, perfect.
That'll work.
So
actually, go ahead. You start.
Well, breaking character. We just watched the movie. You might have watched it already.
We're lying to everybody. Yeah.
Well, and we watched it twice. I wanted to watch it again, but then Mike offered to replay it. So basically, I have a quote from the movie. What are the chances that your girlfriend is waiting tables across from a volcano full of space aliens? What are the chances?
Hey, I think they're very slight. But just me. But anyway, Jen and I just came from the Astral Plane Drifters public premiere, which we were invited by Mike Caravella, who is the writer and actor in the movie, from his mind to the screen. And I have to say, oh my God, you can tell he's from the 70s. It was like wild, but it is a very funny movie. It has all that stuff in it, and it's only about what would you say, Jen? 7 to 8 minutes long, if anything.
Yeah, it's actually not more than 9.5. I want to say not more than 9.5. It's very quick, and it's very quick visuals of. I thought it was the desert, but it's technically a volcano in Amboy. Where is Amboy? What?
Well, that's I know they shot that in California.
Okay, so somewhere in there's a volcano, and well, my favorite part was there's a space alien. I've played an alien in World Tours. I've shot at the desert. I felt like I've kind of been in the movie, and the guy who played the alien was so funny. It was so funny.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Yeah, it is. It was. I love the movie, and and when I was watching it, I watched it at a film festival, and before this premiere, and as he's walking away at the end, I'm like saying, "Oh, I hope this is not ending now. I hope this is not," and it ends, and it just leaves you wanting more.
But there's a feature, hopefully, right?
Yeah. He in the premiere, he just announced that he has a script for a full-length Astral Plane Drifter, and he also announced that this is the full length is going to be a prequel to what we saw. So that the full length is going to lead up to the Astral Plane Drifter wandering in the desert. So,
and there's two details I like that the guy's tooth, the vampire tooth fell out, and then the woman who he said was his ex-girlfriend, which I always like the behind the scenes. Why is she his ex-girlfriend? Was she his girlfriend when they were shooting it? I don't know. That's some gossip for another day. But she found the tooth in the volcano. That's crazy. And more interesting. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the volcanic rock, which is a find. It's like you can't even, the odds of that, you have a better chance of finding a needle in a haystack.
And also,
but that was, go ahead.
Oh, I lost my vampire tooth in a volcano. Like, just being able to say that is pretty fun.
Yeah, it's crazy. All I know is I want that actress when I lose something in the house.
Right.
Yeah. So, but anyway, my God, Jane, not to get off the subject, but that's a very lovely setting you have there.
Thank you. Yeah, it
Yeah,
only took me like 37 years to put all this together, but somehow it's all, so my grandma's
yeah,
there, she's still alive.
yeah,
It's an amalgamation of all this stuff. I had my best friend growing up gave me these little pyramids. So it's like
yeah,
just a bunch of stuff
yeah.
that's collected. It's cool.
But I'm thinking you should have a series like, "Hello, this is Jenny Feldy, and it's time for tea time movies."
Well,
You
that's
know,
actually what's going to happen with intellectual conversations. But Jenny Feldy's dead. That's another basically for not to. I want to get back to the movie, but I
yeah,
changed the name so people wouldn't take my jokes seriously. But and I said, who's going to take a grown woman named Jenny seriously? Guess what? Not very many people. I was right, but that backfired because I produced a comedy show. I produced different events. It's very hard to get people to take you seriously with such a stupid name. So I just took my name, my real name, Jennifer Elise Feldman, shortened it to L Man, which is the man. I've been listed as a man on Facebook for 10 years. And L Man actually means God. So God and El Man
there you
is part
go.
of Jennifer Feldman. But back to the movie. Um,
Yeah.
back to the movie.
So yes, back to the movie. But that's very interesting. And I almost didn't answer you because I didn't know who that was.
Yeah,
Till I saw, thank God your picture was there.
they call
But
L
yeah,
Elise.
back to the movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jenny is like, nobody calls me Jenny for real. And people were calling me Jenny. And it was like, it's very hard to talk to with a straight face with that name. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But to the movie, so this guy, I forgot the actor's name. He dressed up
It's Mike Caravella. Oh, but
no, the alien.
you're talking about the alien.
Yeah, which I
The
thought
alien vampire, whatever. It was a
yeah,
multi-character.
a space
Yeah.
vampire from the volcano. And
Yes.
he was in whiteface, which is fine. You can't do blackface, but you can do whiteface. And they recounted
Yeah.
a story that you're outside a store, Roy's on the West Coast, and he was in full white
Yeah.
facing the store. And the people in the store were afraid. They thought that he was gonna rob the store because people. I mean, hello, everyone
Yeah.
masks. Anyone in a mask can rob your store, but for some reason, I guess being a vampire is more scary, so they
Yeah.
were afraid of him.
And the director of photography is like, no, 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 he's one of us.
Yeah.
Relax. So yeah, a lot of things happened on the movie set, but it's an incredible movie. Funny. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
And to have all that packed in it in just like we're saying, the 7 to 9 minutes, and it makes you want more,
Mhm.
which is the reason he wrote the full length version, which he's shopping around now. But that was my personal thing. What did you think about the movie?
I thought it was very interesting. And my final thought is Joe, last name, the creator of The Lake Parasite, which we were both at the same film festival, Scared for Your Life, which screened that movie. And that movie still is memorable. And I usually leave people alone. I don't even comment on Facebook stuff because you're going to get a notification,
All
whatever.
right.
I found
Right.
the creator of The Lake Parasite on Instagram, commented that his movie was so great. He was in the screening and they're thinking of doing a mashup possibly with the Lake Parasite and the Astral. So that's what I think. I want to see a mashup,
Yeah.
Astral Parasite.
Astral Parasite Drifter. Yes.
Mhm.
I think that'll work. But all in all, we there was some technical problems with the whole thing, but he did have several people on there, and that's what you're going to get when you have that. But all in all, Mike Caravella and his lovely wife were a gracious host, and a lot of nice people on with us, and a lot of interesting stories. So, all in all, as a recap, I would say it was a very pleasurable experience, and a very good public premiere. And that's my thought on that, Jen.
Very creative group. So if you miss this premiere or screening, because how many times can you premiere
Yeah.
something? Hopefully hit another screening. It's very interesting to
Yeah.
practice.
Yes. And remember, the name is Astral Planes Drifter. And the gentleman who acts in it and who wrote it is Mike Caravella. So I'm sure you can go online. You could go to Mike's website or just go to Astral Plane Drifter, and that will come up. So that I enjoyed it. And
And
now back to you, Mark.
we did it. We did it.
Hey!
We did it. This was a